Hello, good morning everybody. Nice and busy this morning, aren't we? Jennifer and Denise and Jane and Geraldine and Elizabeth and Shelley and Sharon and Joyce on YouTube already. That's nice, Geraldine. Geraldine says, good morning Debbie and all my sewing buddies. It's a bit like that, isn't it? On a Saturday morning and a Wednesday afternoon. It's lovely when your names come up and I recognise them because it's like we're having a little sewing date, isn't it? Sewing date. Hello, Anita and Monica. Joyce is in Melbourne in Florida. Hi Mandy, cold in Devon, she says. It's a bit like that here. It's really sunny, blue skies, gorgeous, but a bit cold. Hello Marita in Germany. Andrea, hello to you. Blowing a gale and pouring with rain in Fleetwood. Oh, no, we're all right here. Let me just scroll back down Facebook a little, because I've missed lots of you on Facebook. Bear with me. Julie, hello, Beverly, and Lisa and Kerry and Sandra and Cheryl and Linda and Claire, Patricia and Linda and Jack. Sorry if I miss anybody. I'm trying to say hello to everybody. Claire's at work. Amanda's just got off work. Wintry and Lanarkshire. Hello, Sue and Pam, Diana. Another Diana in Melbourne, Australia. Thought it'd be a bit late to spending a lot at the church. Oh, that'd be nice, Sue. Morning Karen, morning Dawn. Right, now I've got some new fabrics to show you for the website. Listening to and neck lavender hearts. Hello Deb and everyone, today I'm listening to and neck lavender hearts. Oh, and making lavender hearts. Oh, how lovely. Hello Linda, Janek, and we're going to be sewing a little bit of bling. I thought we'd make a party bag. Actually, I'd not really sewn very much with sequins before, so I just thought I'd have a practice, and thought actually that's worked out rather well. I haven't put the clasp on this one because I rushed it a bit. It only took me about half an hour to make that this morning. So I'm going to make a better version, a bigger version, and it's going to have a strap with it, and it's going to have a magnetic snap on it as well. Jane's making a birthday cake this morning. And hello Rose in South Carolina. Jenny's late. I know we were talking about you. Can you see that if I just do that? Because I can't see very well. Morning Jenny. Doing good, Teresa, thank you very much. Sunny in Croydon, sunny in Gloucestershire, lovely. Anybody new? First time coming along, come and say hello. You don't have to make a big long comment or anything, but come and say hello. Be nice to meet you this morning if you're new. Minibus driver Steve still has man flu. That has been lasting a long time, hasn't it? How well do you know minibus driver Steve? He's not just the driver on a minibus that you get to work or something, is it? You must work with him. And I think you've said before, so I'm sorry about that. Hi Bev, hi Angela, hi Deirdre, morning Shirley. Hello Judy in Australia. Right, this is the fabric, look. Now I am going to iron it, I am going to steam it. I can't guarantee that any sequin fabric you buy from anywhere else you'd be able to do that, because I thought it was plastic, but I ironed it. But please, if you're getting sequin fabrics from anywhere, do a test first. If you're thinking about ironing it or washing it or anything like that, just do a little bit of a test first. I think it's £3.50 for half a metre, and it's quite wide. It's lovely. So I'm thinking party tops. And if you're not brave enough to wear sequins from top to bottom, I'd wear a skirt, I don't know about a top, then the bag I think is going to be an ideal project to add a little bit of bling to the festive season. Hi Linda, hi Angel, oh, itchy nose. Hi Sue in Australia. Pouring down in Lancashire apparently. Let me show you. We've got a new collection that only went on the website this morning. And it is beautiful. I can't remember what it's called, but if you go to the website to debbieshawsewing.com and have a look under new, then you'll see all these fabulous fabrics. I love them together, but I think this collection, they stand alone. You know, I'd use that on its own, I'd use that on its own, I'd use this one on its own, and they're really lovely quality as well. I think Kim's made a really good selection here. Morning Lisa. Hello Ika. Is it Ika in Georgia? Sorry if I've got that wrong. But look at this, it just goes on. Look, they're just really pretty. So if you're, I don't know, if you're quilting, dressmaking, they'd make some lovely bags. They're just beautiful. I haven't finished yet. There we go. But wouldn't that make an amazing quilt? And I don't think, it'd be nice to have a plain, but I don't think you'd need it because they don't kind of fight together, do they? Yeah, I think they're beautiful. I love the colours of the green as well and the peaches. But again, if you have a look under new on the website, which will be on the home page on debbieshawsewing.com, you'll find all of these new fabrics there. And again, they've only gone on this morning, so aren't you glad you're watching this morning? Oh, hi Megan, off to see your grandma. Oh yes, and if you are ordering, thanks Lisa, don't forget to use your discount code on the website, then you get your 10% off, don't you? Hello Jane, oh Jane So Henry, Jane So, oh lovely name. Very good, thank you. Hello Sarah, no idea who that email belongs to, but it's not mine. I said, how odd, because that name, Peter Clark, has come up on the billing address. So have a look on your account and just check what details are actually there. I can get into your account and I can reset the password for you. It's just that the email that you emailed me with this morning, the site didn't recognise it, so I just wondered if you're using a different email. Pauline loves them all. I love them all. They're so pretty. And I know we're all about Christmas at the moment, but I'm thinking butterflies. These actually go really well together as well. I might have got my collections mixed up there. So, oh, and it's organic as well. Forgot to tell you that. All organic cottons. Let me just check this one. Just have a look on the selvage. Butterfly. Oh, the butterflies. Butterflies Love Flowers, that range is called. But it goes, doesn't it? Just check me. Let me just check my collections. Yeah, so those go. That goes with those, but I think it goes really well with that one as well. Or a teal. It's very, very dark navy in the background. But I love the way that the whales have got flowers on them. They're pretty whales. Lovely and bright this morning, says Brenda. Sarah's joined the Half Yard Club. Yay! Oh, welcome along. Oh, so if you join now, for a start, you've got 48 projects that you can start working your way through. But you'll be in time to do the block of the month in January. And they are a good team, aren't they? If you do have any problems, they come straight back to you. Hi, Jen. Oh, Marina. Oh, hello. Marina loves butterflies. Julie loves butterflies. Do we love whales? I'll tell you what, do we love tractors? I love this one. Tractors and diggers. I've got one little granddaughter that would love something like that. They're pretty colours as well, aren't they? I like the way that it isn't white in the background. It gives it a more of a vintage kind of look. Hi Sarah in where I was about. Oh, you've gone. Oh, we went to Massachusetts. Oh, hello to you too. Passenger assistant. Oh, I see. So you do work with minibus driver Steve. So if he's not very well, are you minibus driver Andrea now then? Sylvia, I do love the cushion bit. Oh, that one. That's Kim's. That's a project on her YouTube channel. Hello Mia. Helen's just joined the Half Yard Club too, hoping to make Rosie the reindeer, but not sure it'll happen before Christmas. Reindeers aren't just for Christmas though, Helen, are they? Welcome along to the club. Nice to have you. Hello Marie in Melbourne, Australia. One more fabric to show you. And again, these are all brand new, only gone on the website this morning. Look, we've got rabbits. Oops, that's my pen gone. Rabbits and owls. And stars and moons in a black background. If you could find a yellow, we've got some sunshine yellow on the website actually, a plain homespun fabric. That would go really well on there, wouldn't it? Gorgeous. So that's the new fabrics that we've got for you today. So again, if you have a look at, Susan loves all of them. Oh, that's a good idea. Linda's got to make her husband a cushion out of the tractor and digger fabric because he used to work in the construction. Um, Sarah, maybe start at the first one before that, because the projects get taken down after 2 years. So maybe start on the one that's 2 years old and work your way through. Hello, Dakshi from India. Welcome along to you. Just finished mine, Helen. She's adorable. Oh, gorgeous half fabric. I know. Anyway, what I wanted to mention as well. Remember, on Wednesday I made the Audrey clasp bag, and I said that we had got some chain handles, but I forgot it. Well, I've got it now. If you wanted to order the chain, lots of you have ordered the frame, so I expect to see lots of bags made. The chain that matches it is the antique gold, and it matches absolutely perfectly with the Audrey. We have got some of those frames left. And this fabric, I did check with Kim this morning. This is a Wildflowers canvas, and she is going to try and get some more in. So hopefully towards the end of next week we should have some more. They're sold out straight away on Wednesday. Thank you, Diana. And this one we do still have. This is the Baroque Paisley satin. We do have some of that left as well. So that's they were the different styles of bags, the same frame. So if you didn't see that and you're interested, have a look back on Wednesday's live on the 1st of December. That's when we made that. Hi, Zil. Is it Zil? Nazia from Pakistan. Hello, welcome along. Lisa's grandkids coming this afternoon. Oh, to decorate the tree. Oh, we're going to be making gingerbread houses. Kim's got all the stuff, so when the kids come up, that's what they're going to be doing. Sarah, she does have a very good eye, doesn't she? It's always very exciting when we get a delivery, because I don't do the ordering, so I don't know what she's doing. And we get these boxes with amazing fabrics. I have a box of amazing fabrics that I can't show you yet because we haven't photographed it, so that'll be for Wednesday. Hi Denise, Dad's funeral on Tuesday. I'm glad we're distracting you for a little while. Come along on Wednesday as well. It's always, whenever anybody passes away, if you're involved or you're very close to them and you're involved in the organising of the funeral and all of that kind of thing, from the day they pass till the day of the funeral, there's so much going on, isn't there? There's so much to do, there's so much to organise, there's so much, you know, if there's houses to clear and all of that kind of thing, and it does kind of keep you busy. And then you find after the funeral is when it hits you. I don't know if you've lost anybody. I've lost quite a few people, and that tends to be the way it is. So Denise, if you want to come and join us on Wednesday, because that'll probably be the day, then come and join us then as well. Right. Morning Tina, morning Amanda. Teresa says, don't I haven't got a job. Oh, nice to have you here, Teresa. Have to cast on team now, so Mum Lorna can watch. Oh, okay. Right. So that's that. The quilt kits, by the way, for the block of the month for next year, we're hoping to get some back in on Friday, on the 10th. Because I'm surprised we haven't had lots of emails so far, or messages so far, asking when they're coming back. Morning Tina, morning Teresa in California. Hello Mary, she says happy holidays to you too. Right, I'm just going to plug my iron in. I've got the big one because I want plenty of steam with this one. No, Teresa, is that date for the block of the month? No, it's completely separate. If you join the Half Yard Club, you will have, it's all project based, so you don't buy anything, though we don't send anything out from the club. If you want to, so you have the instructions for the block of the month, basically. If you wanted to buy the fabric, then you go to my website, to debbieshawsewing.com. Don't have to buy the fabric from me, you can buy it from anywhere you like, but I have been putting some kits together. Maria says, I lost my father 4 months ago, and a very dear uncle. I'm so sorry, Marina. It's not a nice time, is it, when things like this happen? Morning Caroline. Who's got sciatica? I get sciatica. Caroline, oh, and it lasts for days, doesn't it? Not nice. Oh, Sharon, I wish we'd have got tickets to a panto. We were talking about that the other day. Kids have never been to a panto, and I think they would love it. Oh, that's a smelly iron. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm kind of starting from scratch, almost, because I find like I'm talking like an expert. I've only made a few things with sequins, but with a lot of sequin fabric, it can kind of twist a little bit. So I'm going to fuse my fleece onto the wrong side before I cut it, because I don't want it to move when I'm cutting it. So I've cut out a piece of fabric that is a little bit bigger than I actually need it to be. So that's, don't you love to get rose gold? Oh, and it's quite, I mean, it's itchy. If you're going to make a top or a skirt out of it, it would need a lining. And it's quite sheer, as you can just about see there. But because it's sparkly, it tends to reflect the light away. But I would imagine if you're going to stand in front of a window or something, then you are going to see through it. So it will need a lining of some sort if you're using it for garment making. So I've got H6 30 actually. I thought that was 40, but it's 30. So some kind of interfacing, quite a firm one. You could use a bosal if you wanted to. And this is what I'm using for the lining, which matches really well. So this, I think, I can't remember what colour. It's one of the blender fabrics that we have on the website, but it matches really well with that one. Right, so put that over there for now, and I'll get the big mat up to iron on. And again, like I said before, if you're using this fabric, if you're buying it from my website, I've tested it with the iron and you can iron it. I don't know why, it doesn't melt, but you can iron it and steam it, so don't worry about your interfacings. But if you're using any other sequined fabric, then test it first, because some of them are plastic discs and of course they're going to melt all over the place, aren't they? So let's give this a press, and again test first. Oh, that's chugging away, isn't it? Sounds like an old steam engine. And you might have to go over a few times, because obviously a lot of the steam is being reflected back through the fabric. So I'll turn that up a bit. So again, this sequin fabric you can use quite hot and with steam as well. And with the H630s and 40s, they do like a bit of steam to make them stick. I think I'll be doing that. Now, a few little tips if you are planning to make a garment out of this. To make the seams look nice and neat, and to avoid sewing too much through the sequins, then you can unpick the sequins along the seam allowance and then sew it back together. Save a little bit of the fabric. I'm just going to do that from the other side as well. Because then if you do have any gaps along the seam, then you can hand sew some sequins back over it to cover it up. And you may need to replace your needle afterwards. I'm not using any kind of metallic needle or anything like that. I've just got a universal needle in my machine, but it may blunt. And your very, very best dressmaking scissors, don't use those. Use the cheaper ones you've got. I think that's just about stuck. I've got the noisiest iron. Yeah, you have to, Willow, do a little test first of all. I was quite surprised. I really expected to have sequins melted to the bottom of my iron. Hello, Andrea. Now then, Whisper Labrador. That was actually on the agenda towards the end of next year on the Half Yard Club. But you could certainly do it. Just steam it from the interfacing side only using bosal. Yes, if you're going to steam from the interfacing side, don't try and move your iron. Lift it up and down like that. And if you're using bow sword, you'll need to hold it down there a little bit longer. You can, it's not going to melt or anything, but you'll need to hold the iron there a little bit longer to allow the steam to penetrate through the foam. Yes, Margaret, we're not having that kind of work today. Mind you, if you're sorting out a sewing space, then that's allowed. You're allowed to do that. Just to warn you as well, you're going to be shedding glitter for a while, not from the main part of it, but when you cut through it, it just they break, so you get little bits of glitter everywhere, which is very Christmassy. Hello, is it Jayoti? Sorry if I get your names wrong. And Nick, hello to you too. What else have we got? Heating sorted? No, not yet. No. Hopefully, we get the wood floor down on Friday, and then the heating should be going on after that if we can find somebody free to do it. That's the problem, isn't it? Jack has been shopping. Right, so how big should we do this one? The little one. It's a nice size for a clutch bag, that, isn't it? So I didn't put the magnetic snap on because I just wanted to experiment. So this is a prototype, really. So I'll make it maybe like that, but a little bit, should we go a little bit deeper, maybe a little bit narrower and a little bit deeper? Let's try that. So I'll trim off the ends first. I can't see if that's a straight line or not, it's too long. There. That looks about right. You can cut through with scissors, but I just find it easier with a rotary cutter on larger pieces like this. So I'll trim the sides down first, and then we'll work out how big we want this to be. So if you're going to make this, you can decide whether you want it wider, narrower, fatter, thinner. So I was going to go a bit narrower than that, so let's go here. And I'll give you the measurements that I'm using in just a second. Oops, let's line that up. So normally I'd be standing up to do this, but my mic lead isn't long enough. I'm still, I would sort that out actually. I'm still tied to my equipment, which isn't ideal. Right, bear with me while I zoom out a second. The camera may wobble, but I didn't realise whoa, not that much. See the messy floor? There, that's a bit better, isn't it? A bit better? Let's see what I'm doing now. And I'm going to do that as well. That's neater. Let's trim across the bottom. And this bag's only using 2 pieces of fabric. So now I've got my width trimmed to 10 inches wide. Now I can have a play with this and decide how I want it to, or how big I want it to be. So I want it a little bit deeper. So that's kind of the size of the bottom of my bag. So that's that bit. And then the flap over the top, I want to overlap to about halfway down. So let's say there. Right, so look at the sequins. So my bag's going to look like that. Well, obviously a little bit smaller because of the seam allowance, but that's kind of the idea. If you wanted to round off these corners, that'd be fine. I kind of like them square. And I'm going to put, I'm going to use a chain. I haven't got a rose gold one, but I thought the silver one went really well. And I'm going to put a magnetic snap on there as well. So I'll do that in just a minute. The chain is going to go from the side and I'm going to attach that with ribbon. We don't sell this, but I happened to find some that was just about the same colour in my ribbon box, so I'm going to use that. So I'll need a piece of line. I'm going to put this on the floor. I've got the vacuum cleaner down here, I'll clean that up later. And then we need the lining cut to the same size. I don't like a mess though, Karen. I do like to, I mean I make a mess when I'm sewing, but I do like to start sewing in a nice clean tidy room. I'm just going to iron my fabric as well because I don't like working with greased up fabric either. Oh, now you're throwing water all over the place. Don't normally use this iron, it's a bit temperamental. That's a good idea. Coin purse with a bit that's cut off, says, who was that? Marie. Oh, Mary, making costumes with sequins. Oh, I'd love to see some of those. Right, that will do. So I'm just going to use this one as kind of a template to cut the line into the right size. Oh, I need to give you the measurements as well, don't I? So both of my pieces each measure 10 inches across. Already measured that, didn't I? And 15.5 inches in length. So if you bought ½ metre of fabric, you'd be able to make loads of these. And they're, you know, they're quick as well. So if you're making things to sell, where shall I put you? It means that you can make more quicker. Right. So let's figure out where the magnetic snap needs to be. So that's how we're going to go together. That's going to go like that. And that's going to go like that. So let's make a mark about an inch, inch and a half from the top in the centre. I'll remeasure that in just a second. And then I can I make a mark? Let's put a pin in there where it needs to go on the outside. Oh, it does mark. Oh, there you go. Oh, let me turn that off. My PC was going so slow this morning. I tried to turn the sound off, and the bar's not coming up. I don't know why that's happening. I can't turn the sound now. Right. Okay, yeah, we are still there, aren't we? Okay, so let me measure where that is. What's the site to buy the fabric? That's my website, which is debbieshawsewing.com. So 10 inches, 5 inches to the middle. And where did my mark go? That's actually 2 inches from the top. If you're making one to exactly this size, 2 inches from the top and 5 inches down. And then centralise this part as well. Oh, that was pretty good, wasn't it? And that's going to be, say, an inch from the top and 5 inches across. That's where the snaps are going to go. Oh, Shelley, I'm sorry about that. She lost a Doberman a year ago. You don't quite get over things like that, do you? Right. So magnetic snaps. I know you've seen me do this 100 times before. I've lost one of the backs. Oh, I must have another one. Bear with me a second. I came down with a whole bunch of stuff to show you and everything, and seemed to have dropped a back on the way down. And I've got lots of tops, but I don't have lots of backs. And those are too small. I'll put it on without a back this time. It won't really make that much of a difference. That was a bit of a clutter, wasn't it? I'm doing great, love. Managed to get here on time so we can have some fun. I am doing great, love. Oh, I'm doing great, love. Oh, sorry. I thought you're doing something rude. Hello, Sharon and Valerie and Anne. Nice to see you too. Right. I'm not going to put any fabric on the back of this to strengthen. I don't think it needs it. And the fatter part of the of the snap is going to go on the main body, that's the magnetic bit, and then I'll put the thinner one on the lining like so. So now I know where they go, I can separate these. So I'm just going to make a little snip each side of the mark. You'd measure that normally, but I've done these a few times, so I think I know where it's going to go. Only a tiny hole, and then let's push this through. Normally you put your back on if you can find one, and that's that. And then the thinner part goes here. I am going to just put a little bit of fabric behind there, just to strengthen it a little bit, to help stop the I've lost my glove. Oh, there we go. I'm just losing everything today. To help stop the prongs from pulling against the fabric. So let's pop that there. And we'll do the same again. So if you haven't done this before, put the back of your clasp with the hole in the centre over the middle here, and I'm going to come in a little bit. That's better, isn't it? Sorry about the wobble. And then that's where the marks are going to go, and then a tiny snip. The glue that you can see behind there, by the way, does dry clear, so if you're using a glue stick, don't worry that you're going to see blue behind it. So let's push the prongs in there, then pop the back on, and I find it easy just to squish those prongs open like so. Alana, you've missed all my new fabric. That's what you've missed, but you can have a look on the website on debshawsewing.com and have a look at them there. Oh, Virginia, I use magnetic clasps a lot. They're so easy, but I like the look of them as well. I wouldn't use something like Velcro on something like this. It'll work, but it doesn't look as professional, does it, as a bit of metal hardware. We like a little bit of metal hardware. Yes, Janet, cork would be amazing. You don't have to interface it. I would imagine, I haven't got any cork here to show you, but with the interfacing on this one with fabric, it's not a firm bag. You know, it's not stiff. It's better than just the fabric on its own. But with cork, you probably have that same kind of thickness. So it will flop a little bit, but that's fine, isn't it? If you wanted to put interfacing on cork, you can do, but don't iron it from the top. So don't iron it from the cork side. So you'll need to put your interfacing on the wrong side and iron from the interfacing side. Cork doesn't tend to like a lot of heat. Right, so that's that. So let's start putting it together. This is actually really quick. I need my little bits of ribbon here as well. And I've chosen quite a thin ribbon because I just want to make a loop that these clasps can go through. And to put that on there before I lose it. Hello Dorothy from Michigan, loves a pillow in the background. Again, that's my daughter made that one. It's on her YouTube channel. That's Kimberly. Morning, Kate. Bosal, yes, would work. I was very tempted to use Bosal this morning because I've got quite a lot of it. Bosal would be really nice, yes. Right, let's make a couple of little loops here. I know these are too long, but I'll cut them down in a second. Now I want the loop to be just on the side here. I'm going to sew these two pieces right sides together like that. So I want the loop looped around and facing inwards. I am going to have a seam allowance across here, so don't put that right at the top. So maybe about 1/2 inch down, and I'll do it from that side. And I'm also going to put a bit of glue on it as well, purely because when I sew over this, even if I sew 2 or 3 times, it's a really thin ribbon, so I'll probably only get 1 stitch in there. And if I put about an inch, wasn't I? If I put anything weighty in the bag, then I don't want it straining against that 1 stitch. So I think a little bit of glue there will strengthen that enough. There we go, and let's just make sure that they're both at the same height. So I did say 1 inch, didn't I? Spot on. So let's do the other one on this side. Stay down. No, Lisa, this is inebriated. You wouldn't like to know me when I'm sober. So 1 inch down from there. Yeah, I've worn the Tesco driver out. Let's put that on there. And I just want to check that the loops are the same size as well. So yeah, they're both 3/4 of an inch from the edge, that's fine. It needs to move up a little bit, I think. That'll do. I'm just going to leave that for a second to dry. Yes, Andrea. It should be any time now, my coffee. Elizabeth says, hello, Late has been almost finishing off the bowling bag tutorial. Oh, she's done it in burgundy needle cord with teal pattern lining. That sounds nice. And that's a Christmas present. Fabulous. Thing is, Karen, I don't mind the smell. It's bad, isn't it? Okay, so I've folded that up by 5.5 inches. And I'm just going to sew along each side. So let's stick a couple of pins in here. Sarah, I love the colour. We did have a choice of lots of different colours of sequins, but the rose gold, just, you're right, it's a really classy one, isn't it? Sylvia wants a hot chocolate. Right, let's move those out the way. Let's lock that. And again, just sew down each side. I'm not lengthening the stitch or anything like that, so my stitch on my sewing machine is a 2.4 default, and that's what I'm going to use. And let's just sew with around about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Where did that come from? How strange. I gathered you meant late. Right, what's the name? Oh, Kim's YouTube channel. Is it Kimberly Sews or Kimberly Makes? I can never remember. Kim, are you watching? Can you put a link to your YouTube channel on? Never remember the name. Shows the coffee there over camera, then other times you don't see inside the cup. You don't see inside the cup when it's got gin in it. Right, so sewn down the side like that. And then just snip off those corners just to reduce the bulk. So careful not through the stitches, but just quite close. And then let's turn it the right side out. Kimberly Sews, thank you. Right. So if you put in Kimberly Sews or Kimberly Hind into YouTube, you'll find her. Just looking for my turner. I do need to organise myself a little bit. Losing everything. Hello, Jean. Bit late, she says, but she's here. At least you're here. Julie's having a coffee machine fitted. Right, so that's that. So again, those are those two little loops where the chain's going to go. So let's make the lining up in the same way. So that was folded up 5.5 inches. So let's make sure that we've got the same fold. I don't think I'm getting a coffee today. And then we'll sew down each side. Always working out. June said it's always fun working out what I'm making when she's joining late. We're making a posh bag. Similar, but it's a different shape to this one. It's going to have a strap on the side as well. So I'm thinking, I don't know if you're going to be able to go to parties this Christmas. We don't know what's going to happen, do we? But it makes a nice little Christmas gift anyway.
Coffee, my dear. Gin only if you're a good girl.
Lisa's telling everybody it's the first time she's seen me sober.
I'm with her.
She knows me too well. Right. So again, just so along both sides. Look, coffee. And down here. Without anything in it. I don't like stuff in coffee. Couldn't have alcohol in coffee. I think he might have been watching, Julia. If we don't carry my posh by tomato, yes, I think that's a good idea. Let's not wait until we're allowed or not to go to Christmas parties. Let's just wear bling when we go to McDonald's, Tesco's, wherever we go. Move that out of the way. That's going to be really hot. Okie dokie. Guess what I forgot to do? Turning up. You need to have a turning up in one side. Do that all the time. And I think I'll spend a couple of hours down here just sorting stuff out. Don't you love a good sort out? A good clear out? Because I can't find my quick unpick either. It's because I don't use it very often, you see, so I can't generally find where it is. So I'll just have to use my scissors instead. You could make I think if you're going to make a strap, Deirdre, it needs to be a really thin one. Have you got one of those prim tube turn, I don't know what they're called, turn, it's like a blue stick, which is a tube, and then a stick that you push through so you can turn thin tubes inside out. That's not making any sense at all, is it, really? Or you could roll up the fabric and fold in the raw edge and then sew down the top. So you've got to, I just make it really thin. Unless anybody else has got any ideas as to what Deirdre can use if she hasn't got a chain. What would you suggest? Or you could just make a clutch bag. Or you could do a wristlet. Oh, come here. So where I put one loop on the side, you could actually put a thicker piece of ribbon and just make a big loop on one side, so you just thread your wrist through it when you're carrying it. That might be a nice idea. Yeah, ribbon would work, Sylvia, wouldn't it? If you can find some coordinating ribbon. Use a ribbon, says Stitching Time. Gina, you know me too well. What was it? Vodka and Coke. This time on a Saturday morning. Oh, forceps are great for turning, says Karen. Tube fabric turner. Yeah, I've got one, Denise. They're really good. They're really useful. A spaghetti strap. Yeah, something like that, Diane, I think would look nice. We need smelly vision. You must be able to see steam coming off the top of that, because it wouldn't. Can you see that? Because my Coke wouldn't steam, would it? I'm going to get talked about now, Lisa. Always was, really. So I'm just cutting a hole so I can turn this through. Bear with me. So chat amongst yourselves for a second. And then we'll sew these two pieces together. So I've got the bag the right side out and the lining inside out. And I'm going to put the bag inside the lining with the right sides together. And just match up the corners. We'll have a pin. And this corner. And we'll have a pin. A hot toddy. I don't like a hot toddy, Sheila. Pop a pin in there. Steam is related to vodka. Since when has steam been related to vodka? Honestly, you lot. And I'll just poke a few pins through there as well. It's really easy to pin through this. Okay, now I'm going to sew all the way around. And that's just moved a little bit from there. And when I come to the corner here, I'm going to overlap this by 1/4 inch and then carry on. All right. Sequins everywhere. So I'll start here, somewhere quite inconspicuous, and then we'll sew. So stop with your needle down when you come to the corner and swivel around. Oh yes, let me mention that while I'm here. Lisa, thanks for pointing it out. Next Saturday, I think it says on my schedule on Half Yard Club, I'm not going to be doing a live on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock because I'm actually on Crate and Craft launching my new fabric range at 11:15. But it does say on my schedule that I'll be doing a live at 4 o'clock. I won't, so that needs to be changed. I'm going to do a live on Sunday at 11 o'clock instead. It's actually my niece's 40th birthday. So we're having a bit of a get together in the garden. The weather's fine. So I won't be able to do Saturday at all, I'm afraid. We'll be back to normal again after that. But just this one Saturday. I will post and I will put on YouTube as well. If you're a subscriber, you'll get a notification that there won't be a live on Saturday. So sorry about that. I don't choose what times I put the shows on, so it was either come along at 11 o'clock in the morning or don't bother. And the fabric is the Pets one that I showed you the other day. I made a bag out of it, didn't I? I haven't got it here. We will be having it on the website. Crate and Craft are launching it, so hopefully a few days later we'll be able to get that on the website. And we're going to put there's a 5-piece collection, and we're going to put together a bundle of all 5 pieces plus one free coordinating plain. So if you want to wait for that, then that's fine. Otherwise, if you want to be first in, then and in fact they do fat quarters and I can't remember what we've got on there. Fat quarters and 1 meter bundles and ½ meter bundles, I think, on Crate and Craft. If you wanted to have a look over there. Right, so again can't see what I'm doing, can you? Into the corner. I'm not worried about pressing seams open or opening them as I'm sewing or anything like that. Just line that up a little bit better. And then back to where I started. So then let's take out the pins. And I need to snip across the corners. And then in this bit, I'll show you what's best. Where I went around that right angle, I'm going to snip into the point. I'm going to just sew over that little bit again because the stitch looks loose to me. Looks like it jumped a stitch and I want that to be nice and square, so I'm just going to go over that bit. That's it. Layer cakes. I'm not sure, Sarah. I'll ask her. We've not really done layer cakes before. Isn't that Moda? And we don't normally do Moda fabrics, but I'll ask her to have a look out for some. Right, then we're going to turn this the right side out through that rather small turning gap in the side. Glow in the dark felt. Not seeing glow in the dark felt on the same time on your site then, Debbie, with fabric. Now, Gina, we'll be doing it by the ½ meter, so you can buy with Crate and Craft. Everything's pre-cut, so you can buy meter pieces or ½ meter pieces. We'll be selling it off the roll. So I just missed a bit of that fabric. So we will be doing ½ meter bundles with the free fabric as well. and then the rest of the fabric that we have will be by the meter, by the half meter. So you can buy as much as you like then. So if you wanted a 10 meter piece, then you can have a 10 meter piece. Also, is that Muslimah? She's on her way. Oh, thanks for joining us anyway. Nice to have your company today. Layer cake wine. Layer cake wine? Denise has got a block of the month kit. No, I've never had my scissors sharpened, to be honest. Never really needed to. Anybody else have the scissors sharpened? Right. So yes, block of the month kits. Hopefully Friday we should be getting some more back in again. They will be slightly different to the kits that you've already ordered, but we are matching them up as best as we possibly can. So, all right, so poke that out, poke that out. So we've got this, and with the turning up in the side, which I'm just going to sew over. We're almost finished. We do ship to South Africa, Tanya. I think I don't know, it probably takes a couple of weeks. And I think it's quite expensive. I can't remember off the top of my head what the postage costs are, but if you have a look on the website, you need to put in your details and everything, I think. Go to checkout and then it'll give you a quote for postage. I do think it's quite expensive. Deirdre, I wasn't going to do a video of this one. Would you like one? We can do that. Sorry if you missed it. I think I've made so many of these. It's maybe I did it a little bit too quickly. All right, now I'm going to give this a press as well. I'm not sure when it'll be. That's the only thing. Right. So I'm pressing with the seam right on the edge. And again, I just want to stress, if you're not using this sequin fabric, do test yours first, just to make sure that your sequins aren't going to melt. Let's pull that seam out there. That's it, give it a good old blast of steam. Right. And then I'm going to top stitch. I've got a bit of a thread there, so I'll snip that off. I don't like to be tidy. I'm actually going to put the zipper foot on my sewing machine to top stitch, because I've noticed that that clasp is a little bit close to the edge. Or actually no, I'll try just moving the needle over and see if that works. That should be okay. Right. So lengthen the stitch a little bit, move the needle over to the left hand side. That's it. I'm on 2.8 for the stitch length, and then I'm just going to sew quite close to the edge. And that helps to keep the edge of the fabric all nice and crisp. There, that's fine. And stops the lining from kind of moving away from the main fabric. And it looks nice as well. I do like a bit of top stitching. So I'm coming down into the corner. I'm just going to open this out a little bit and go into the corner, and then turn around to come across the front. Does that help? And you tend to find as well that your stitches aren't really that noticeable on the sequins. I think it's because they're so reflective. Again, into the corner. Just pull the lining away to make it neat. And back down to where we started. And then we're done. Oh, Cass has been listening while driving. I'm glad you could join us, got here in time. Mary's just ordinary, I've just Gutermann polyester thread, so not a special top stitching thread. Top stitching thread tends to be very thick, doesn't it? I just use ordinary thread. Okay, so there we are. Now that's bent up a little bit, so I'm going to press that as well, and just to keep it nice and flat. That's better. That sits evenly. That's lovely. Look at the mess I'm making. And final thing to do is just attach the chain. So that little ribbon there. I think tweezers might. Oh no, there we go. Just squeeze that in. That's it. Now, if you're going for the chains, this is the silver chain on the website. The other one, where is it? No, it kind of goes, doesn't it? You could get away with that. That's the antique gold, but I think silver with this colour looks really good. They are long, so if you find that the chain is too long, you can take some links out of it, or you could tie a knot in it, which I think looks rather trendy. So that's it, there's your little bag. And again, I've used H630 on this one, so it is quite a soft bag. If you wanted that to be stiffer, then you could use Decaville. Decaville firm or light would work really well. It won't bend like that when it's got stuff in it. Imagine when you've got your purse and your phone in there, it's not going to be bendy. If you wanted to use a finer interfacing like this one, or Bosal foam would work really well as well. But I think that's turned out nice. What do you think? So, as we were saying earlier, even if you don't have a party to go to, why not nip down the shops with a little bit of bling over your shoulder? And you can make this in any size you like, because it's the same kind of technique. So if you wanted to make it wider, longer, thinner, fatter, however you want to make it, any kind of fabric that you like, as stiff or as soft as you wanted that to be, then that's entirely up to you. Glad you like it. Oh, Cher, that's very much your kind of frou-frou kind of bag, isn't it? I'm just picturing you now, Cher Crevu in a frou-frou slippers and a blingy bag. I'm glad you like it, Janet. Thank you. Thank you, Jules. Now don't forget the sequin fabric we have got on the website. I think it's only £3.50. It's very expensive at all, and it is of dressmaking quality as well. But again, you wouldn't, can you see through that there? Just about, can't you? You would need to line it with something, but if you just wanted to, have a play with sequin fabric, if you've not done it before, then a little bag project like that would be really good. Glad you like it, thank you very much. I do know you will. Cher with a sexy French name. Okay, let's see, let's have a catch up with, just want to make sure I've answered everybody. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, Saturday at 11:15 on Create and Craft. I haven't been to Create and Craft for years. I don't really know how they work. I know they do 3/4 of an hour long shows, which is a bit odd. No, a zip would be fine, Diane. That wouldn't be too heavy at all. That would look well. And yes, Carol, faux leather would be perfect for that bag as well. If you put an interfacing on it with the faux leather, just like with cork, put it on from the back. So put the steam through the fleece. Don't put the iron on the faux leather. Yeah, I'm not sure on crepe. Does cork fabric you carry have a backing fabric on it? Yes, it's got a cotton woven backing on it, Mary. You can iron it from the back. So they used. I'm sure you can email the studio, can't you? And I don't know whether they go live on Facebook and YouTube. I don't think they do. But if you're a Create and Craft watcher, then come and drop me an email or do whatever they do on Saturday morning. It'd be nice to hear from you. So remember, no Saturday. It'll be Sunday at 11 o'clock instead next weekend. But I'm still going to, I don't have a choice in that, Jean. Go where I must. But thank you. I will be with you on Wednesday at 4 o'clock anyhow. And we're going to have some more new fabrics for you there too. Thanks, Mary. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as well. This video will be here kind of forever, so if you've just joined us or you can't remember anything or you want to wind back and have a look at it, then I keep them here and on YouTube as well, so you'll be able to watch these whenever you like. Thank you. I shall have a next time, next Saturday. Block of the month, Karen, will hopefully be Friday. We've ordered some more kits and we've specifically asked them to come through on Friday. What's happening Wednesday? I don't know. I don't know what I'm making yet. I've got a little bit behind. I was trying to get all of these demos like weeks ahead so I could tell you what I'm doing, but I've had rather a busy time at the moment, so I didn't get a chance to do that. Okay then, so thank you, Lisa. You go and have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you again on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.